Hello, welcome to another episode of the Ignited Fortitude podcast. I'm flying solo. We've been super busy, haven't been able to get a podcast out, had a couple of different things. Um, but I knew it was important to get something because we haven't put anything out in a couple of weeks. And then obviously with the recent events that have happened lately, um, I think it's easy to be in a place where it's like, what the heck is going on? And so it's unfortunate where our country is at right now. And what's even worse is to watch what is going on social platforms and just hearing people's discussions. And here's the thing: like the world's going to do what the world wants to do, but as Christians, we're supposed to be living differently. We're supposed to be being a light. And when we are a light in situations, yes, that means that people are going to come against us and people aren't going to like that. We know that the scriptures tell us, when Jesus came into this world, that people rejected the light and he was a light. Um, so, in that case, we also shouldn't be surprised about things that are happening. One, two, that doesn't mean that we allow the darkness to start quenching our light. And it's very easy for us to get um, divisive. It's very easy for us because of our emotions to react instead of respond in these situations. And no matter what side of things you're on, it's unfortunate on so many aspects. And what do we need to be doing? And we need to ask the question, and not to sound cheesy, but what would Jesus do? Right? We remember that back back in the 90s. What would Jesus do? And again, I'm not trying to be cheesy, but we need to ask ourselves, what would the Lord be doing in this situation? And we can get so sidetracked and we can get so political. We were just going through Jude in our Bible study not too many weeks ago, and Jude tells us that we need to contend for the faith, not contend for our politics, not contend for our own personal preferences. We're supposed to contend for the faith. And the moment that we start polarizing people and start saying, oh, this is a right issue, this is a left issue, we start, what we end up doing is we start pushing away our brothers and sisters. And, in the 60s, it was segregation and white churches, black churches. And now there's a new segregation, and it's more of a Republican church, conservative church, and the liberals. And like that, what are we doing? Like, how are we progressing in any sort of way? Because there should be no reason that whatever side of the aisle you're on, we can't come together and refocus our whole hearts to the Lord and what He wants and what He wants to do. And the problem is that we start bringing our views of what America is supposed to be, and we have a unique situation in America where we have a civic privilege where we can vote and we can put things in order where other countries don't have that. In the Bible times, they were under the rule of the Roman Empire. There was nothing they could do about it. They just had to, you know, tough it up and just be the light in that situation. And it would almost be easier to some point if we had no choice. The fact that we have a choice, what ends up happening is we start making our choice and what we see and start putting it on everybody else. And there are definitely definite issues that we know that are clearly stated in the Bible that we should be for and that we should be against. Those are stated. Forget the political parties. What we need to be able to do is we should be able to live out our gospel, whether we are in the United States, whether we are in another country, whether we are, doesn't matter. We should be able to be brothers and sisters in Christ regardless of our location. The Bible tells us that we are just passing through. We are visitors here. We have a passport here, but our home is not here. Our home is in heaven. And so, how can we minister to the people that see things from a different perspective than us? That's what the greatest thing that we can do is when we can minister to people that see things from a different side. Not do we need to be there for those that think maybe the same way or lean maybe the same way as us? Yeah, absolutely. But what I do find more powerful is when I can see somebody that maybe leans a different way that I look at things, and I'm able to be there as a brother in Christ, supporting them, praying with them, and being able to see the bigger picture of what does God want in this situation, not so much what is America supposed to be in this situation. Should the way we believe affect the way we vote? Absolutely 100%. But that is not slated to a certain party. And it doesn't mean that one party is God's party and the other party is not God's party. That's wrong. We think about Joshua. Remember when Joshua was getting ready to fight in battle and the angel of the Lord came? The question that Joshua asks is, whose side are you on? And the angel of the Lord said, it's not about whose side I'm on. What matters is whose side are you on? Are you on the Lord's side? And this is going to be a short episode. And that's just what I want to ask. And that's just what I want to challenge. Whose side are you on? If you're on the side of red or blue, you're missing it. Whose side are you on? Are you on the Lord's side or are you on man's side? Because all man wants to do is be divisive. All man wants to do is tear apart what God is doing. And I guarantee you there are churches right now that are being pulled apart because there's such a divided line in between them, because they are not contending for the faith, they are contending for man's ideology. And that's not okay. And that is super sad. There are so many things that are going on all over the world right now. And we need to be focused on, man, Jesus is coming back at any moment. There's wars and rumors of war and all kinds of different things that are happening that as we look and read through the scriptures, it is evident. If Jesus was going to come back at any moment, man, it is so perfect right now. And it would be devastating to see that his church is not fighting for his kingdom. His church is fighting more for the kingdom of this world. So, whose side are you on? Are you on the Lord's side or are you on the side of man? Hey, God bless you guys. Be praying during this time. How could you serve others who don't see the way that you see? Because that is the true call of ministry. Jesus told us it's easy to love those who love. Even the pagans do that. But love those who are difficult to love. And ask God to help you see them through the eyes of Jesus. God bless you guys. We'll see you on the next episode.